Have you ever started changing your life and genuinely believed this time would be different? You wake up motivated, inspired, ready to finally become better. You make plans, set goals, promise yourself you're going to stay disciplined this time. But then slowly, the energy disappears. The habits fade. And before you even realize it, you're back in the same place again, disappointed in yourself, wondering why consistency seems so easy for everyone else, but feels almost impossible for you. Have you ever looked at your own life and quietly thought, "What's wrong with me?" Because maybe lately, you're not just struggling to stay consistent. Maybe you're struggling to keep believing in yourself at all. The strange thing is, most people will never understand how exhausting it feels to constantly fight against your own mind. They only see the unfinished goals, the missed routines, the lack of progress. But they never see the mental battles happening underneath it all. The overthinking, the emotional exhaustion, the pressure you put on yourself every single day. And after failing enough times, something inside you slowly changes. You stop trusting your own promises. You stop believing your motivation will last. And eventually, you become scared to even try again. Not because you're lazy, but because deep down, you're terrified of disappointing yourself. And that's exactly why today we need to talk about the real reason you can't stay consistent. Because this isn't just about discipline. It's about the silent, emotional weight that people carry without realizing it. And maybe the reason you keep stopping has nothing to do with laziness at all. Nobody prepares you for how mentally draining modern life can become. Every day, your brain is overloaded. Notifications, pressure, comparison, expectations. You wake up already exhausted, and somehow you're still expected to improve your life perfectly. Slowly, without realizing it, consistency starts feeling less like growth and more like survival. Because the truth is, people are trying to build disciplined lives while emotionally falling apart inside. And that combination never lasts long. The scary part is, most people blame themselves for this. They think they lack discipline. They think they're weak. But maybe the real problem is that nobody taught us how much emotions affect consistency. When your mind is constantly overwhelmed, even simple tasks feel heavy. When you secretly hate your life, it becomes hard to stay committed to improving it. And when your identity becomes connected to failure, your brain starts expecting disappointment before you even begin. That's why so many people live in cycles. Motivation, action, burnout, self-hate, repeat. again and again and again, until eventually they stop dreaming entirely. Not because they wanted to, but because they became emotionally tired of starting over. So if nobody has told you this recently, I'm proud of you for still trying. Seriously, because constantly fighting your own thoughts is exhausting. Some people have no idea how hard it is just to wake up every morning carrying invisible pressure inside your chest. And yet, you're still here, still searching for answers, still wanting your life to become something better, even after all the disappointment, even after all the unfinished chapters. And maybe nobody around you fully understands your battle, but that does not make your battle any less real. You are not weak for struggling. You are human. And honestly, sometimes surviving emotionally difficult seasons takes more strength than people realize. So if you feel behind in life right now, if you feel stuck, if you feel frustrated with yourself, please remember this. Your life is not over because your progress has been slow. Flowers do not bloom all year. The ocean does not stay calm every day. Nature itself moves in seasons. And maybe you are in a season of rebuilding too. But eventually, there comes a moment where something inside you changes. Not dramatically, not all at once, quietly. You become tired of abandoning yourself. You realize that waiting to feel motivated has been controlling your entire life. And slowly, you begin understanding something powerful. Consistency is not about being perfect. It's about returning again and again and again, even after bad days, even after failure, even after losing momentum. Because real growth is not built by people who never fall apart. It's built by people who learn how to continue after they do. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. Imagine finally trusting yourself again. Imagine becoming someone who keeps promises to themselves. Not because life suddenly became easy, but because you stopped depending on temporary emotions. Your future self does not need perfection from you. They just need you to stop giving up completely. One small step matters. One repeated habit matters. One decision repeated daily can quietly change your entire life. And maybe the strongest people are not the ones who move the fastest. Maybe they're the people who continue moving, even when progress feels invisible. Maybe this video found you at the exact moment you needed it. Maybe this is the night you stop seeing yourself as broken. Maybe years from now, you'll look back at this version of yourself with compassion instead of disappointment. And maybe you'll realize this was the moment things started changing. Not because your life suddenly became perfect, but because you finally stopped fighting against yourself. You finally understood that growth is messy. Healing is messy. Becoming a new person is messy. But none of that means it's impossible. So please, be patient with yourself. You are trying to rebuild a life while carrying emotions nobody else can see. That deserves more credit than you think. And one day, the version of you that currently feels lost will become the reason someone else believes change is possible. So before you leave, I want you to do something. In the comments, write one small promise you are making to yourself starting today. Not a huge goal, not perfection, just one small thing. Because months from now, maybe even years from now, you might come back to that comment and realize this was the moment your life slowly started changing. And who knows? Maybe someone reading your comment tonight desperately needed to hear it too.